the cage.
To the blue corner, Joachim Tollefsen.
Now making the walk, Joachim Tollefsen, the Ninja Viking, 6-4-1 as a professional. He made his pro debut back in 2014. Got quite a bit of experience here. 5 of his 6 wins come by way of stoppage. He is a finisher for sure. Versatile fighter all over the place, but largely finishes fights on the ground with follow-up shots.
Yes,
typically after dropping.
Yes, because he's a striking specialist. He's a former Muay Thai national team member in Norway, MMA national team member of Norway. So he's very experienced in his previous career, MMA career. He's really shown versatility in striking, makes some mistakes, but the Norwegian team at Frontline Academy is really standing behind him. Like you can see in his corner, Jack Hermansen, current UFC middleweight fighter, and in previous cage you went, we saw Kenneth Berg, who's also his teammate. So they still, even though he's 6-4 as a pro, they still think of him very highly and are not afraid to throw him against any comers.
No, absolutely. And I mean, it'll be a big test for Mikko Ahmala as well. So this will be an exciting one, I think.
To the left corner, Mikko Ahmala.
Mikko Ahmala making the walk to the red corner.
Ahmala is an experienced fighter in his own right, very versatile finisher, and I think that's his chance in this fight against Tollefsen. We've seen Ahmala before in cage. He can throw heel hooks from the bottom, an aggressive footlocker, high kicks, standing, so he's dangerous everywhere. Like what he lacks in maybe skill and some of the physical parts of the game, he will make up with his nickname, Maniac. So he will go forward and he will go for the finish in any position. And if he can make Tollefsen capitalize on Tollefsen's mistakes, then I think that's Mikko's chance to get a finish in this fight.
Yeah, and I mean, as an aggressive leg locker, that's probably to his credit when you're facing, someone who's predominantly a striker. And even though he does have a 6-6 record, that speaks to a good deal of experience. Again, maybe not a particular advantage over Tollefsen, but definitely something.
Mikko Ahmala.
His nickname, the Maniac, looks apt as he stares down Tollefsen. Here we have the tail of the tape. We see a slight reach advantage in favor of Joachim Tollefsen, but not much more to really talk about in that regard. Very even as far as the tail of the tape goes.
Fighting out of the blue corner, fighter with a professional record of 6 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw, weighing 79.7 kilos from Norway, Joachim Ninja Viking Tollefsen. Fighting out of the red corner, fighter with a professional record of 6 wins and 6 losses, weighing 79.8 kilos, representing Loop Martial Arts from Espoo, Finland, Mikko Maniac Ahmala!
An apt nickname, if the look in his eyes is any indicator. The way he's staring down Tollefsen right now. If they weren't in a cage, that would be a very concerning way to be looked at.
Agreed.
How about the body of hair on Tollefsen? There's so much bounce to it.
Yeah, before his walkout, he was very precise that it looks good on camera.
Hey, if you got it, flaunt it, right? Touch of gloves from these two as this action gets started. A little bit of a height and reach advantage for Tollefsen, which is helpful, obviously, as he is a striker predominantly. Feeling out process here early. Mikko with the leg kick. Right hand lands for Tollefsen. Or appears to. Oh, was that low? It appears so. To me, it looked like it hit the leg, but it might have ridden up.
Yeah, well, based on that reaction,
yeah,
low.
That reaction tells an important story. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was all low. Yikes.
Hyvä yleisö iskun osuessa ottelija Ahmala
in
hänellä
agony.
muutama minuutti aikaa palautua, mutta yleensä pieni kannustus auttaa näissä tilanteissa. Sieltä päästään jälleen takaisin.
An announcement over the PA. What do we have there, Alex?
The Velku was telling the crowd that in order that the fighter is injured or gets hit in the nuts or eye poke or anything, they had a few minutes to recover from that strike, and a little crowd chant never hurts.
Yeah, for sure. Helps rally the troops behind him, and touch of gloves, obviously unintentional. He was aiming for the inside of that thigh, to be sure, but these things do happen. Front kick up the middle for Ahmala. Oh! Left hand and a right leg kick for Tollefsen.
Tollefsen is pulling the little body fakes. I think he might be baiting, trying to get Mikko to come in to land that vicious left hook.
Yeah, he does appear to be wanting to throw that every time Ahmala is in range.
But even though Tollefsen is the more experienced and arguably the better striker of the two, but you can't, like I said before, you can't count out Ahmala's striking either. Like, he is unorthodox. He can throw head kicks like that out of nowhere. So one mistake and Mikko can definitely catch Tollefsen here.
Yeah, you speak to the experience of Tollefsen as a striker, but I've got to say, Ahmala does look to have very good fundamentals here. And those kicks are actually a thing of beauty, specifically that high kick on the left side that he threw. Tollefsen goes low on that calf. And a kick up the middle. One in return for Ahmala. Ahmala tries to catch that. Wings in with a big right hand. Nothing doing. Another high kick. Oh, return fire from Tollefsen. Kick to the body and then sneaks in that right hand. Oh, and another right hand.
Tollefsen seems very calm. I think he's just trying to control the pace of the fight, trying to get a read how Mikko is going to attack, and then look for the counter. After.
Absolutely. Alexei, you've got quite a bit of mixed martial arts experience yourself. One thing you spoke to me about was that knee that Tollefsen sometimes puts up as he's retreating. And I think I saw a sneak peek of that just a moment ago.
Yeah, Tollefsen, as previously stated, he's a very experienced Muay Thai fighter, so his knee strikes, elbow strikes are very high level, and he has put that to good use before in mixed martial arts, like backing up and throwing a knee up in the middle as the opponent rushes in. So that's why I said he is very experienced. He's fighting very calmly, so I think he's just trying to get a read. But Ahmala is doing pretty well so far, like landing in those kind of unorthodox things like spinning back fists and sneaky head kicks. They can definitely pay dividends to Mikko in this fight.
Yeah, and that, sneaky head kick, as you said, can change the pace of the fight with just one. That's all it takes.
And in Tollefsen's previous fight, he has been caught a few times.
Sure.
So especially with the small gloves, you cannot count anyone out.
Big looping right hand for Tollefsen. Doesn't appear to do much.
And Mikko seems happy to be striking with Tollefsen. Like there is no, at least so far, no intention of any, like going for a takedown or trying to attack leg locks in any way.
Yeah. Little shovel punch, looping uppercut there. I wouldn't say that there was a specific or clear advantage here. I think that these are good exchanges for both fighters.
Yeah, agreed. I think Mikko has had a bit of the better strikes and cleaner strikes landed. Tollefsen has landed a few of his own, a few good leg kicks, but I still think he's trying to get a read on Mikko because he really hasn't pulled the trigger yet.
I saw something I didn't quite like there, though, is Ahmala went low and to that left side a little bit. If that can be timed, that could end up with, unfortunately, a pretty bad head kick from a guy like Tollefsen. Leg kick, and Ahmala appears to lose his balance briefly. Hard right hand drops Tollefsen, and Ahmala is pounding away. But the end of the round comes too soon.
I was a little bit on the edge. Like I think Mikko was leading on that round, but just by a bit. But that knockdown, 100% sealed him the first round.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll do it.
And Mikko has really proved now that he can stand with Tollefsen. And if Tollefsen, he needs to put his foot on the gas if he wants to change the pace of this fight from the second round on.
There you have Jack Hermansen in the corner of Tollefsen. I do wonder what he's telling him, because that was a rough end to the round. He did have success here. You see that left hook to the body and that right kick to the leg. Oh, but that right hand came in, and that other one sat him down.
Alusta kehästä seconds out.
No clean ground and pound there. Not much danger from that ground and pound. But a frantic pace like that, sometimes, a ref might, if he doesn't have a clean look, might say, hey, that's enough for me. Show of respect as these two touch gloves, and the second stanza opens between Mikko Ahmala and Joachim Tollefsen. The two meet right there in the center, content to strike. And I gotta say, I like that. Alexei, you said you'd give an edge to Ahmala in that first round. What improvements would you have been giving Tollefsen if you were Jack Hermansen in the corner there?
I think he needs to change the pace of the fight. I think he needs to pressure more. He's faking a lot. He's doing those kind of small body fakes, and he's getting Mikko to react, but he's not really attacking after them. So I think he can't just wait for Mikko to come and counter, because Mikko is landing those sneaky fast kicks. So he's touching Tollefsen and getting out of the way, and he's not really finding the rhythm for the counter, so he needs to start to pressure and put combinations together.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like good advice.
I guess that's what I would say, but I'm no Jack Hermansen, so.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, come on. You're a giant in your own right. Very, very established career there as a professional. Oh, a head kick sneaks in. Looked to mostly land on the shoulder, though, or did I miss-see?
I didn't see clearly where it landed, but looked to be a heavy one, so Tollefsen might be hurt a bit, but at least he's playing it off cool. But Mikko is fighting an excellent fight against a good striker in Tollefsen.
Good feints with the kicks, or at least just touches.
He's getting Joachim to react on his rear leg fake. Like when he lifts it and turns the hip a little bit, you can see Tollefsen react every single time.
Tollefsen maybe waiting just a little too much here. Big right hand, couldn't see if that one landed because the camera cut.
That's exactly what I mean. Like Tollefsen needs to pressure. He needs to change the pace. He needs to get something going. Now he's just waiting for the counter. He's waiting for Mikko to come in and land something. But he can't get the timing. Like Mikko comes in with unorthodox combinations and fast kicks. That's what Tollefsen needs to do more. Put the pressure, put Mikko against the cage so he can't move so much, and then land the hard attacks.
And you know, he is doing a good job of pressuring forward, but then he's not doing it all that much with it. Hometown crowd getting hyped for Ahmala. There you have Tollefsen once again pressuring forward and then waiting. Eats another leg kick from Ahmala. Spinning back kick attempt there.
The same combination Tollefsen is throwing constantly. The left hook to the body, the right kick to the leg, but it's not having enough of an effect and not landing cleanly enough.
Obviously those shots to the liver and those leg kicks will add up over time, but not enough of them really to establish any clear and present danger.
Agreed. But I have to say, the story of the fight has not been what we thought, like, before the actual match started. Like, I figured Mikko's gonna maybe try to catch him off guard and Tollefsen is gonna pressure and use his excellent Muay Thai. But now he's a lot more tentative than I thought, and Mikko's fighting an excellent fight.
1 minute.
Once more with that left hand dig to the liver and that right leg kick behind it. There's pressure here, but is it enough to get the round?
No, I still think Mikko is landing better. I think the head kicks landed. He had one hard leg kick in the beginning of the head kick in the beginning of the round.
Oh! Painful shot to the liver, and I think he might be done here. 30 seconds is a long time when you take a shot like that, and he's covering up in agony.
I think it was an eye poke. I think that's what Tollefsen said, that he might have heard his eye poke or hurt his eye with a punch.
Very good show of sportsmanship from Tollefsen to give him that benefit rather than...
I don't know if he got injured from a punch or an eye poke.
Ahmala covering up. He may be in serious trouble here. To me, it looked like a shot to the liver, but I may be mistaken.
We need to see the slow motion of that.
Yeah, I'll definitely need to see that
The body
again.
punch definitely landed, but I don't know if it was that one or if it was an eye poke and then the body punch that did the damage. But that, like, excellent sportsmanship from Tollefsen.
Yeah.
But we need to see what actually happened there.
Yeah, definitely an honorable way to go about things. And that's no surprise when he calls guys like Kenneth Berg and... Oh! I would need to see that again. He did cover up that eye at the same time as he covered up that stomach.
Yeah, I think it might have been like a scrape in the eye, but I still couldn't see whether it was fingers or a glove or...
Almost that. Guess that seconds out.
I'm still not quite sure what happened there. I saw it 3 times from 3 different angles.
It might have been a scrape in the eye.
Yeah.
But a body shot was the one that dropped him. But well, if you can't see the body shot, then
yeah, if you're covering your face.
But that was difficult for the ref to see. Like we saw it slow mo 2 times and we couldn't see. But
yeah.
Excellent sportsmanship from Tollefsen. Fight didn't get finished. Yes, Ahmala got well.
Yeah, as a referee, I would not have caught that. 3rd and final round here opens for Mikko Ahmala versus Joachim Tollefsen. Very exciting fight. You know, I still can't get over that show of sportsmanship from Tollefsen. Is to indicate to the ref, hey, I think I might have got his eye. You know, when you train with guys like Kenneth Berg and with Jack Hermansen, they're both class acts. So I'm not surprised that Tollefsen would have more of the same.
Yes, and now you can see Tollefsen is definitely targeting the body. Once you get hit with to the body like that, like Mikko got at the end of the round, then that'll take the wind out of you, and your body becomes weaker, so you cannot take similar kind of punches.
Yeah,
and
exponential dividends there when digging to the body. Ahmala clinches up, looks to try and deploy a little bit of grappling for the first time in this match. Looks like an accidental or reflexive cage grab from Tollefsen.
It looks like when Tollefsen grabbed the cage, he was like, okay, and turned his back to the cage. So as if like, okay, you take the pressuring position. So
yeah, you got it. You won that one. That's my bad. Circles out and immediately continues to apply pressure. Let's see if he digs back to the body. Big swing and a miss for Ahmala. Or perhaps a glancing blow.
And man, you got to give it out to Ahmala. Like getting hit in the eye poke or scratching the eye or whatever that was.
Yep.
Hitting the body, ground and pounding for like 30 seconds hard, and still coming back and swinging and trying to win the round, even if you're obviously a little bit hurt to the body still. So the heart on Mikko is massive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, even just a light scrape on the eye, for me, that'll get it watering, and that hurts like hell. So to get a solid shot to the body right after, I mean, you got to have more than just heart and guts to be able to see that one through. And come back out ready for more. Ahmala game as they come. Tollefsen trying to pressure. Let's see if he goes back to that body shot and leg kick combination. Halfway through this third and final round, and he does. He tries to dig to that body and kick that leg once more. Swinging wide with that left hook.
And even if Mikko is a little bit hurt, he is still landing. He's still landing the punches. And I still think he's landing more than Tollefsen.
Switch knee there. Looked like jumping switch knee. It's remarkable how explosive that head kick remains.
Yeah, explosive and fast, and it's not like a traditional, like a Muay Thai style kick when Mikko throws it. He throws it a little bit at a narrower angle, not like a karate style, but a little bit more, so he can sneak it up really fast. Maybe the power is not the same as when you swing like a full body Muay Thai style kick, but it is fast and it is very effective when it lands.
He throws that Ahmala style.
Exactly. Going for the heel hook.
That was to be expected, I think. But perhaps we forgot briefly that is a very big danger when fighting Mikko Ahmala.
Tollefsen cleared the knee line very well, got back to standing position. That was good offense, especially if Tollefsen could have controlled on top, ground and pounded, he could have sealed the round with that, but Mikko, excellent job attacking the leg and getting the scramble to stand back up.
Hard shots there. You gotta give it to Ahmala. You know, taking risks here, despite the fact that he very likely could be up on the scorecard.
You can see Mikko really has come here to win tonight. I think his corner is pushing him to finish the round strong, because the second round with the body shot and not getting, like, acknowledging the eye scrape or something could have gone either way. If you count it as a knockdown in the end, like you have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it could be 1-1 going into this, and I think these last barrages and the last strikes landed for Ahmala I think this will probably get him the decision.
Yeah, I think that sealed the round for him and thus the decision. But that was nasty intention all the way through to the end. That last right elbow, hard as you could get.
Excellent fight from Ahmala. And actually Ahmala is coming off, I think, at least a few years, if maybe even longer layoff. So considering that, very impressive performance.
Yeah, brilliant to see. Mikko Ahmala and Joachim Tollefsen entertaining. Hell of a fight from start to finish. Buzzer to bell.
Great matchup. Hats off to Jukka Paananen, matchmaker of Cage, for making this fight happen. Very evenly matched, and we'll see who gets the decision in the end.
Yeah, I'm no judge, obviously, but I would give this one, I think, to Mikko Ahmala.
I agree.
Good right hand there, clips Tollefsen. There's that jumping switch knee, which doesn't quite land. Head kick connects ever so slightly.
But man, anyone who fights Mikko Ahmala in the future has to acknowledge the level of striking he brings with him now to the cage, because Joachim Tollefsen is no joke on the feet. Just look at his credentials standing, and look at his fight record. Like you said, most fights finished by TKO on the ground after he knocked someone down, and then Mikko is able to land the knockdown, pressure, find the kicks. Excellent fight from Mikko Ahmala.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and Ahmala did have that moment where he was firmly in, you know, the speciality, as it were, of Tollefsen. He got knocked down. He did, you know, start receiving those blows, but it didn't put him out. And on the feet, he looked pretty spectacular tonight, in my opinion.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 full rounds, we have the decision. Winner by unanimous decision, Mikko Ahmala!
There you have it. The Maniac gets the unanimous decision. Show of respect from Jack Hermanson, coach of Joachim Tollefsen, who performed admirably tonight. And really, both of them put on a hell of a fight. Let's see what Mikko Ahmala thinks about it in his interview with Velko. Indicating that eye.
Mikko, onneksi olkoon, hieno voitto, täydet 3 erää mentiin.
Kiitos.
Oma silmään näytti, että siinä ekan erän lopussa sait aika hyvän otteen ja osuman siihen kaveriin ja tauoit varmaan siitä sen erävoiton itsellesi. Mut siinä toisessa erässä tapahtui lopussa jotain ja kaveri pääsi lopussa niskan päälle. Kerro vähän, mitä siinä tapahtui.
Joo, mä en tiedä, siis se tökkäs mua sormella silmää ja sit kun mulla tuli silleen, että ei hitto, että nyt mä en näe. Mä en tiedä, potkasko se jalat alta vai löikö se pakkiin vai mistä mä sit niinku kaaduin siihen. Et seuraava tilanne, minkä mä huomasin, on se, kun se on mun selässä ja lyö. Et siinä vissiin tuo vekkikin tuli sitten, mut se oli paha se loppuerä, kun mä en nähnyt siinä silmällä mitään, niin mä en pystynyt katsoa, mistä ne lyönnit tulee. Niin sieltä tuli johan joka puolella.
Mut kolmannessa erässä varmaan sitten ratkaistiin voitto. Oliko oma ajatus se, että nyt täytyy tehdä loppuun actioni, että kerätään pisteet himaan?
Kulmasta sanottiin, että oli mulle menossa, mutta ajattelin, että pakko se on varmistaa vielä sitten, että menee varmasti kotiin.
Siitä on aika pitkä aika, kun sä ottelit ensimmäisen kerran tässä häkissä. Me on juteltu jo vuosia sitten sen ekan matsin jälkeen. Miltä tää tuntuu nyt?
No kivalta oli palaa. Tosiaan mulla oli 2,5 vuotta ottelutaukoa ja meillä oli tuossa suunnitelmana, että ei lyödä kovaa ja hämätään ja annetaan niinku hyvällä liikkeellä väsähtää, mutta aika nopeasti ne unohtui, että sit se meni siihen vanhaan meiniäkkeen, että yritetään lyödä kaikin keinoin päätä irti.
Et sä pysty pidättelemään ittees näköjään, mutta onneksi olkoon tosi hieno voitto.
Kiitos.
Mikko Ahmala!
So I understood sormi and silma, finger and eye, but not too much more of that.
Yeah.
Why don't you fill me in, Alexi?
Mikko said that he got eye poked at the end of the second round, and he couldn't see anything. He had no idea whether he got his leg kicked out from under him, whether he got hit in the body after that, and said in the third round he had to channel the Maniac again to seal the fight. And he gave a lot of kudos to the corner. They said he was winning the second round, but it might have gone the other way because of the finish, so you have to push in the third, and that's exactly what he did, and he got the win.
Absolutely. When you have Alexi Mantakivi in your corner, I imagine that he's like, hey, go out there and kill.
That's his style, to my understanding.